We all got skills. We have talents and we have passions. But mine happens to be sex. This is the Funsexual podcast with your oversharing swinky best friend, Majesty. And I'm talking sex and all of the ways and all of the things that make sex, well, fun.
What it do, y'all? Welcome back to the Funsexual podcast. Like every week, it's me, your girl Majesty. You know what's crazy? And I don't know if anybody's actually noticed, and I'm fucked up because of it. I haven't actually picked a drop day. Last season I dropped on Mondays, and that was because the first episode came out on my birthday, December 21st, which is actually next week. So I just continue to drop on Mondays, but this time around I haven't actually picked a drop day. I dropped one on a Thursday, I dropped one on a Friday, and this one is going to drop on a Friday, so I think this is going to start being maybe a Friday drop podcast. I will decide definitely by the end of the month what day I'm actually going to drop on. That's besides the point. Hello, welcome back. This is your festive friend, Majesty. And you might be wondering why I look so festive yet cozy at the same time. It's like, what is she doing? Is she crazy? Maybe. No. So I found out today officially that I have COVID. Fucking sucks. And so I put on my outfit that I was planning to wear to the party that I was supposed to go to on Saturday, and I haven't taken it off because I'm a little bit sad about it. But also, if y'all like, if I'm off to the side coughing and shit, I got COVID. The COVID got me, y'all. The COVID got me. I avoided this shit for what, a year and a half that we've been in this fucking pandemic. I avoided it, and somehow she got me. She fucking got me. And I think it was this weekend I went to a fucking play party, and excuse me. Here we go. So I went to a play party, and I was kissing on a stranger, and so I'm pretty sure that that's how I got COVID. And the people that I went to this play party with, they don't have COVID, so you know, it is what it is. I got COVID, so I'm chilling for the next little while, which means I'm missing the party this weekend that I wanted to go to. Really sad about that. I'm missing. My birthday is next Tuesday. My birthday is on the 21st. I'm turning 28 on the 21st. And I'm missing, I'm not missing my birthday. I'm still going to have the day. But, like, what if I wanted to do something? Although I've been saying I wasn't going to do nothing but probably go out to eat for my birthday. But, like, still, like, I don't want to be fucking COVIDing on my birthday. That shit is whack. So, I am going to be celebrating my birthday the last week of December. Again, because fuck it. I'm going to do that. What has been going on? What happened in this last week? The play party. So I went to a play party on Friday. What can I say about that play party? I had never been to this group's parties before. It was cute. The group was the crowd was attractive. The space felt very dungeony for me. We went into the basement, and it was just like mattresses on the floor, like concrete. Felt like it was like concrete floor, concrete walls, mattresses on the floor. It felt really, really dungeony. The event itself was nice. Let me stop munching. That's not cute. These blueberries are so good. The event was, nice. The people were nice and stuff. The space the space just felt extremely dungeony to me, which for some is something, but I like a little extra. My parties. But overall, it was fun. The people that I went with were fun. A friend of mine was going, and he invited a young lady, and then he invited me. And once I got there, he realized that me and this young lady knew each other already. So that was a fun time. That was Friday, and then Saturday was actually a really, really good day. Saturday, I went to go visit a friend that I hadn't seen in a while. And then I got invited to an orgy. Rewind. Before this was an orgy, this was a threesome. This was my friend from the night before, the person that he invited. Let me button up this shirt because I just feel like my nipple is going to slide out at some point, and I'm putting this on YouTube. Y'all can get a little Cleveland, but that's it. So my friend, my two friends, and then they invited another young lady. So they were supposed to have a threesome, right? But then they were like, "Why don't you come?" And I was like, I would love that. And so then it was a foursome, and then one of my friends was like, "I'm gonna invite one of my partners, a partner of hers that I know." And I was like, "Oh, if he comes, I'll definitely come." So then it was a fucking foursome. Then more people got invited. We had an orgy at a hotel, and when I say it was lit, y'all, it was lit. We had the little liquor, we had the shrooms, we had the weed, we had the Chinese food, we had everything we needed. We had the condoms. There was the lube, and it was the good vibes. Good vibes, all of that. We had the great vibes. And I've been in some orgies in my lifetime. And this one was so good, really, honestly, because the vibes and the energy was good. First of all, everybody was attractive. That always helps. Like, we try to skip past this thing of, people being attractive sometimes out of inclusivity I don't know if inclusivity is the word or elitism. I don't really know what word I want to use. Hold on. And I also need to blow my nose. Give me a second. COVID is not cute at all. Luckily I don't have the worst of it. Anyway, we try to whatever. Looks matter is what I'm saying. The looks of the people that I play with matters. I play with people that I'm attracted to. That's what makes me feel sexy, whatever. So anyway, one thing that definitely helped with the vibes of this party that, we had at the hotel was that everybody was very attractive. The vibes were right. Everybody wanted to play. Everybody was in it for the night. So it was a really, really good time. I know when I got there, a friend of mine was the villain. Ooh, is this good too much? It doesn't matter. The villain was busy doing some work, and I had told him the night before. I said, "If you're working when I come into that hotel, I'm gonna suck your dick while you are on this video call." And so when I got in and realized he was on this video call, I said, "Okay, I know what I gotta do. You take my coat off." And I started sucking his dick while he was on this video call. And he was on the video call. He took his phone. He just threw that shit to It was done. I would have much rather him have be on this video call and not be able to respond and not be able to react to whatever. But he took that phone. He put that shit down to the side. I was like, "Oh, this shit is over." Okay. So that was how my night with them started, and it was a great time. Like, it was a really good time. It was a really, really good vibes. I've been having flashbacks. This happened on Saturday. I've been having flashbacks of this shit all week long. And I've been to a lot of orgies. I've been to in a lot of group sex settings. But this one was really fun because everybody was in it just to have a good time. Nobody was in it to, like, be selfish. Nobody was in it to, like, judge. Everybody was just here to have a good time. And if that meant, whatever that meant, you was just doing that. It was fun. I had really good sex that night. So thank you to the people that contributed to that sex. Everybody that contributed to that sex. Ooh, let me just tell y'all my favorite part of the night, because this is I get two flashbacks from that. The first one is I like to get bit. Y'all know this already. I talk about this. I love getting bit during sex. So sometimes when I'm about to orgasm, I'll tell the person to bite me, and like I want them to like bite me nice and hard, not enough to break skin and draw blood, but enough to that it's going to be sore and hurting for the days that follow. Because after, I like to like touch that spot. I'm touching right here because this is where you'll feel like this is where it usually ends up, and it's a little bit sore. He was fucking the shit out of me, yo. He was fucking the shit out of me. It was great. And two of the other people were like laying on the bed and they were watching me, and oh my God. And then I was about to come, so I told him to bite me. He bit me. So now every time I touch that spot, I remember that moment. I just remember him fucking me. I remember me getting ready to come, and I remember them two like watching me. Oh God, it was so good. Oh gosh. Love sex. So that's what that's one flashback that I keep having. And the second one is I was sucking some dick. Love that. I was sucking some dick, and I was on my hands and knees, I believe, on the bed, and he was standing off the bed, and he told me, he was like, it ain't going nowhere, slow down. So I was able to to just slow down. And let me also say that I was shroomy this night. We were taking some shrooms, psychedelics. So I was definitely shroomy. And I had a little bit of Molly left over from a couple weeks ago. And so I dumped that into a water bottle, and I was drinking some Molly water that night. And it was not a lot. But you know what? I coasted on an amazing high that night. I just had shrooms and Molly. I didn't have any weed or any alcohol, except for that one sip of alcohol because I thought it was water, but that don't count. I coasted on a really nice high that night. It was just a perfect high, and the Molly, the shrooms, plus the endorphins of the sex and shit. It was blissful. It was lovely. It was great. Ooh, I love this for me. I fucking love this for me. This is great. I'm sucking his dick, and he's like, slow down, whatever. So now I mentioned the shrooms because I got that shroomy spit. Do y'all know what shroomy spit? I wasn't look close on right now. It's really crazy how I can just mentally tap back into these moments, and really I be in it, y'all. Y'all don't even understand. I be in it right now. That's probably why my fucking been so horny. I'll talk about that in a second. Slow down. He was like, slow down. So now it's shroomy spit. That shroom spit is that sticky spit, that sticky, clear, saliva-y, drool, slow drip spit. That kind. Not the watery kind. Not mucusy, nasty kind. Not bubbly kind. It was just that kind of spit. So that's coming down. That's dripping down my face and dripping onto the bed. And then this beautiful woman is behind me, and she starts eating my pussy while I'm sucking his dick. And at one point, I'm not even sucking his dick anymore because he told me, he said, don't think about this. Just open your mouth. Don't think about this. Focus on your pussy. Don't focus on your mouth. Don't focus on me. Focus on your pussy. So I did that. I tapped into that, and I'm just there on my hands and knees, mouth open, saliva falling. He's just slow stroking my face, and she is just eating the fuck out my pussy. Y'all don't understand. Y'all don't understand. I love this shit. Y'all don't understand. Oh my God. This shit was fire. Do you hear me? Do y'all hear me? Do y'all see me? I need y'all to be watching. Do you see me? Do you understand that I'm going through it over here? I am going through it over here. Safe to say, Saturday was fucking fire. I would love to do this again with this same group of people. Add a few in, take a few out. But I would love to do this again with the same people. I'm sure that it'll happen again. I love group sex. Group sex is really my favorite shit. Threesomes, couple swaps, orgies, sex parties. I love group sex. I think that definitely is just going to stay in my top. It's going to stay at the top for me. Group sex is fucking fire. One-on-one sex is great, but group sex, good group sex, where you get the energies are here. It's great. It was a grand, and everyone had a good night. I'm gonna stop talking about that. But real quick, I just want to check in. How are y'all feeling? I am feeling very horny. And I have been horny for the last 2 days. Yesterday, I sat on my bed. I was wearing a long t-shirt with no panties. And I sat on my bed because I got a call. I'm sitting on my bed talking to my friend. I get up. I went to the bathroom. I come back. And I went to sit down. I put my hand on the bed as I'm getting to sit down. I'm like, why is my bed wet? And I look on my black sheets. My coochie made a coochie mark on my black sheets because my pussy pussy is just fucking like, my pussy is leaking. I don't know what is going on. These last 2 days, I have been so horny. Yesterday, I was horny as fuck. Last night, I was horny as fuck. 4 o'clock in the morning, I was horny as fuck. Today, every time I went to the bathroom and I wiped my pussy, I'm like, yo, what the fuck? What the fuck? I'm about to get my period soon. The Clue app is telling me I'm about to get my period soon. But my pussy has just been really on some other shit. And I think mentally I do keep going back to the fucking hotel because it was great. Again, it was great. So I think because I mentally keep going back there, my pussy just don't know how to act. And then I think also today, finding out that I got fucking COVID and I'm about to be on lockdown, I'm gonna probably spend a lot of time in this bus because I don't want to be in my room. That's not a bad idea. We'll revisit that. Yeah, like, I think knowing that I can't go to this party on Saturday, the Hardest Off winter party, I'm really like, I'm upset. I had plans. You know what I'm saying? I had plans for a motherfucking mistletoe. You feel me? I wanted to fuck and squirt all over those fucking floors. That was something I was looking forward to, low key. I was, told I would be made to squirt all over the floor while everybody watched. And I was looking forward to that. So since that is no longer happening, I'm very sad about that. But, it's life and everything happened. There's a reason that I am not able to go to that party. There's a reason. I don't know what it is. And I may never know what it is. And I have to be okay with that. But there's a reason that I'm not going to this party. And I have to trust that the universe is protecting me and keeping me aligned where I need to be. So that is that. Now something happened. I saw something on Twitter and I am going to share that something that I saw on Twitter. So, Billie Eilish did an interview. And I did not watch the whole interview, and maybe, that was poor on my behalf. I don't know. But she did an interview, and this snippet has been all over Twitter. So I'm going to play that snippet for you. It is 2 minutes long. Bear with me. It's good, and listen to it because I have some things that I want to say about this. And play. Why isn't it playing? Don't play me. I'll play shit on my phone. 1 second. 1 second, please. Sorry. Alright.
I think porn is a disgrace.
Okay, start over.
As a woman, I think porn is a disgrace. And I used to watch a lot of porn, to be honest. I started watching porn when I was like 11. I thought that's how you learned how to have sex. I was watching abusive porn, to be honest, when I was like 14. And I, thought I was one of the guys and would talk about it and think it was really cool for not having a problem with it and not seeing why it was bad. And I think it really destroyed my brain. And I feel incredibly devastated that I was exposed to so much porn. I think that I had like sleep paralysis and these like almost like night terror / just nightmares because of it. I think that's how they started, because I would just watch abusive BDSM. I couldn't watch anything else, like, unless it was violent. I like didn't think it was attractive, and I was a virgin. I had never done anything, and so it led to problems where, the first few times I, had sex, I was not saying no to things that were not good, and it's because I thought that that's what I was supposed to be attracted to, and I'm so angry that porn is so loved. The way that like vaginas look in porn is fucking crazy. No vaginas look like that. Women's bodies don't look like that. We don't come like that. We don't fucking enjoy things that are what it looks like people are enjoying. And it's how so many people think that they're supposed to learn. It's how so many men think that they're supposed to be. And because in porn there's no consent, like getting thrown around during sex, if you're not interested in being slapped and being choked, people are like, you're vanilla, you're soft, you're boring in bed. And I'm not talking about me, I'm talking about women. Women are like, oh, I have to like being hurt to be thought of as good in bed.
So that's the clip. And I am in no way, I can't. First of all, I would never invalidate anybody's feelings or experiences. That is what she felt. That is what she experienced. Her feelings and experiences, it is a fact that she felt and experienced, this the way that she did. So I cannot invalidate. There's literally no way for me to invalidate that. Okay. And honestly, she made really, really good points. And that is why I wanted to bring this conversation around porn and around the importance of ethical porn and understanding what porn is. Right. So before I even get started, what is porn? So the definition of porn is printed or pornography. The definition of pornography is printed or visual materials containing the explicit description or display of sexual organs or activity intended to stimulate erotic rather than aesthetic or emotional feelings. Okay, so when she opens in this clip and says, as a woman, I think porn is a disgrace, I was like, oh my gosh. Now, y'all might think, I think people think that I watch a lot of porn. I really don't watch a lot of porn. I've gone through phases. Excuse me. I have gone through phases of watching a lot of porn, but in general, I'm not a huge porn watcher. Okay. There are very few people that like porn stars that I can, call out by name and by face. There are very few porn stars that I follow and really watch. So the ones that I follow and really watch, they're like very near and dear to my heart because I love them so much. So I'm not like a connoisseur of porn like some people are. Not judging people who are, that's your thing. It's just I'm not a huge porn watcher. And I think part of that is because the porn that I like to see is so rare. It's so hard to find that it just, to me, it's not even worth the time of looking for it sometimes, So when I hear her say, as a woman, I think porn is a disgrace, it takes me back a little bit because I think porn is beautiful. I think sex is beautiful. This is why I literally throw myself into spaces where strangers are fucking around me on a very regular, very regular basis. It's because I love that. Like, I love sex. I love porn. I love the body. I love all of it. I love watching people connect in these different ways, in these beautiful, consensual, happy, healthy ways. Like, I love it. It's art. Porn is art. Good porn is art. And my depiction of art and your depiction of art might be very different. And again, I'm not judging anybody for the art that they like or the porn that they watch. But like, when I watch porn, the porn that I watch, that shit is art. That shit is fucking beautiful. It is a symphony. It's a perfectly baked bread. Everything came together just the way it needed to, exactly how it needed. Woo! Good porn is fucking beautiful. So I just can't agree that porn is a disgrace. And when she said, as a woman, porn is a disgrace, I understand where she's coming from, though. In this whole video, I understand where she's coming from. But then she also said, I was watching abusive porn, and then later talks about how she was watching heavy BDSM porn. I ain't gonna say I was triggered, but I don't want to call heavy BDSM porn abusive porn. 1 second. I don't want to call heavy BDSM porn abusive porn because abusive has this like very negative connotation associated with it because it is not good. But in BDSM play, in when BDSM is done right, it is consensual. When BDSM is done right, it is not abuse. It is no one's being taken advantage of. In fact, everybody is getting exactly what they wanted out of that experience when BDSM is done right. So when she says, BDSM, I was watching this BDSM porn and it was abusive, it's like, damn, don't, all BDSM is abusive, baby girl. Like, you know what I'm saying? So it was a little bit, I see where she's coming from, and also acknowledging the fact that she said she was watching this when she was young. So it's not like she was able to come from a lens of, and she also said she was a virgin, so she was not really able to come from a lens of like, I have sex and my sex looks like this, but their sex is looking like that. No, that's not where she's coming from. She's coming from, wow, this is the first thing that I'm seeing ever. This must be how it goes. These are the porn people doing it. This must be how it goes. And that was so wrong. And I think that's the biggest part of this, is that when she was watching this, she was young. She had no experience. And at that age, at 14, you're not going to be going to your parents like, I watched this thing. Is this right? This don't seem right. This made me feel a little bit, you're not going to say that about watching porn. You sneaking and watching porn. We watching channel 99, the fuzzy channel, in case we could catch a titty flash on the screen. Like, so no, I understand where she was coming from, but all BDSM is not this heavy abusive porn. Also, she said something, I'm quoting it. It says, I'm so angry that porn is so loved. But like, even as a person who's not a huge porn watcher, I like porn. I love porn. When I watch the porn that I like. Now, what's the porn that I like? I like sexy porn. I like porn that looks like sex that I have. I like porn that the people look like they're happy to be there. I'm not a ghetto gaggers and brazzers kind of person. I ain't shaming the people who like the ghetto gaggers and the brazzers. Do your thing. That's just not for me, because that doesn't seem, that's not essential, the word that I want to use. It doesn't feel like there was enough care in that. And even when I'm having sex with a stranger at a play party, there's still a level of care. There's still a level of connection. There's still a level of intimacy and concern for the other person that is occurring. And I don't get that out of some other types of porn. So like, that's just not the type of porn that I watch. So if I was watching shit that I didn't like and didn't agree with, I'm not going to love it either. But I think that it's okay to love porn. But again, I'm saying I understand where she's coming from based on her experience, how young she was and all that stuff. Totally understand where she was coming from. My hair looks very light. Now, if I didn't say it before, I think I did, but I'm going to say it again because I don't remember. There's nothing wrong with liking ghetto gaggers and browsers. There's nothing wrong with liking the porn that you like. There's nothing wrong with that. The problem, I think, comes into play when people don't realize that porn is a fantasy. It is not real. And so when people use porn as this syllabus for sex, and take that thing that they saw in that video that one time and apply it to their real life sex, that's especially if you're not doing your research and stuff, that's when it's not helpful. That's when it's not so good. Realize that porn is a fantasy. The way the vagina's looking porn is a fantasy. The way the dicks looking porn are a fantasy. The way these bodies looking porn, it's a fantasy. The way the breasts looking porn, it's a fantasy. The way the room looks, it's a fantasy. The way sex is initiated, when they do that casting couch bullshit or the pizza man or the fucking teacher and student, it's a fantasy. All of that shit is a fantasy. And so acknowledging that and understanding that, I think, is a huge part for people to really understand about porn. It is not most of the porn that you watch is not the way sex actually happens. Which I think is important for kids. I don't want to say it's important for kids to know, but because kids should not be watching porn. I definitely don't agree with kids watching porn. But since they are and they have access to it, and if a parent is not going to be, do their parts as far as, limiting their access to that kind of stuff, then kids do need to understand that is not real. That's fantasy. It is acting. It is scripted. The lighting was perfect. Their bodies were very moisturized. Then they did voiceovers for some of the moaning. Things were edited out. The pussy stayed wet the whole time, but that wasn't true. That was a lube, and the cum isn't even real, and the squirting isn't even real. Like if that's the type of porn that you're gonna be watching, you have to understand that the shit is not real. So don't take that and make that your expectations of real sex and real life people. Okay, so like what you like, watch what you watch, but just understand that that's not real. It's literally acting. And so I hate that Billie Eilish had that experience with porn and that she feels so passionately this dislike and disdain towards porn. But porn isn't bad. I don't see porn as a bad thing when it is done ethically. That's the biggest thing, when it's done ethically and even if it's not done ethically, the consumer has to understand what they're consuming. That's the thing. Porn creates a fantasy and I'm all for it. But understand that that is not real is a big part of that too. So, like what you like. But, you know, watch what you watch, but understand what you're watching. So, I hear her. I understand her experience, but I just can't fully agree with it. And so that actually brings me to my let me put you on. I don't have my my little fanny pack that I usually bring to the parties with me for this let me put you on. Because it's not something that I carry around in my bag. It is something that I carry around in my mental Rolodex because I have given this information to a lot of people. I think so very highly of this company. For the beautiful black erotica. So I don't even want to call it porn. Porn feels so raunchy for what this company does. It is black erotica. It is sexy sex. Have you ever had sex? Sex is sex, yes, but this is like the sexiest sex. And it's like, it's porn, but it's like, it looks like the way my sex happens. It looks like the way my sex happens. It looks like the way I fantasize my sex happening. Like it feels so close to home. It's just sexy. And that company is Black Touch. BLK Touch. Brian is he's making art. I said earlier porn is art. He's making art. He is making art. He is showing black intimacy in a way that we never really get to see. I feel like when we see black people in porn, it's always either very fetishy, it's always very underwhelming and underdone. The production not good, the wigs ain't good, the space that they in ain't good, the lighting isn't necessarily flattering for these black people. Like I'm nitpicking. I am nitpicking, but like I want to see black people looking good. I want to see black people fucking, and I want to see black people looking good. And so Brian does that in a beautiful, beautiful, beautiful way. Brian does that in a beautiful way at Black Touch, BLK Touch. So it is a subscription service. But check out Black Touch on Twitter, on Instagram, wherever you need to, and just see some of the sexiest, sexy, ethical porn. You're going to see, excuse me, some of your favorite, some well-known content creators that work with Black Touch. You might see some of your friends. I have seen several of my friends on Black Touch, which has been lovely more recently, seeing, familiar faces and friends in his work. And it's sexy. It is Black Touch is sexy sex. That's what it is. It is sexy sex. It's fucking dope. You watch it and you know how something, you ever watch porn? You felt guilty. You felt guilty or felt weird about what you were watching. You were like, did I just come to that? Like, I've definitely had, did I just come to that moment? And you don't feel that when you watch Black Touch porn. You're like, damn, actually, let me watch that again. Fuck. Like, where can I find, is he in more stuff? Because fuck, wow. Like, that it's sex to fantasize about. It's really, really good. So, go check out Black Touch. And that's what I want to put y'all on to. Y'all probably already know about it. You might have seen some of the work before, but like really go check it out and patronize the business if you can, or if you are so inclined. But once you see the work speak for itself. So this week, y'all, for the playlist, songs to play to on Spotify. If you look up the Funsexual podcast on Spotify, you can find the playlist songs to play to. Every week I give you another song to play to. But this week I was feeling a little gracious, so I added 2 songs to the playlist. Okay. And so this week I added Inside by Steve Lacy. Inside, inside, tell me, is it inside, my darling? Great song. Great song. Old Boo put me onto that one. That was really good. And then another song, Tell Me by Sabrina Claudio. I ain't even gonna try to sing this song. Actually, yes, I am. Yes, I am. Excuse me. Here's the thing. I'm actually not a terrible singer. But one, I'm sick. And two, this just ain't, it doesn't matter. So, I'm not going to try to sing this. I'm not even going to do this to myself. I got y'all next week. I'll make up for it next week. But the song is Tell Me by Sabrina Claudio. I am dying right now. Let me drink some of my wine. Hold up. In general, my symptoms haven't been bad at all. Like, I am lucky. I really lucked up because some people really got the shitty end of the stick when it comes to COVID, and mine, I've been lucky. The only thing that I have is stuffy runny nose and this cough. But every so often, I've noticed when I have incense burning in my room, and I think probably from the smoke from the incense, when I have incense burning in my room, or when it's stuffy, that's when I start coughing more. But again, I don't have all the other symptoms. My body don't hurt. My head don't hurt. I don't have the shortness of breath. I don't have the lost taste and smell and things like that. So overall, I am blessed. But anyway, so those are the two songs that I added to the playlist this week because I was just feeling really generous and I wanted to give y'all two more songs. So check that out. Subscribe to that. Subscribe to that playlist. We're gonna have a nice little vibe going by the end of the season. You know what I'm saying? We'll see what we got. And so before we go, I am gonna share with you guys my affirmation and why this is my affirmation. Now, let me just read the affirmation. The affirmation is short. 4 words. I am divinely protected. I am divinely protected. Divine. We see the word a lot. Divinity, understanding what that is and what that means. And for me, divinity is that having faith. Divinity is that understanding that what is meant to be will be. Period. What is meant for you will come to you. Period. You know, certain things are unavoidable. You're gonna hear a helicopter. Some things are unavoidable, and there's nothing that you can do. And if it's meant for you, it's gonna happen. Certain things are never meant to happen for you, and so no matter what you do, they are not gonna happen for you. And so to me, understanding divinity and what it means for something to be divine is understanding that you're not in control. What is going to happen is going to happen. What is meant for you is going to come to you. And so I am divinely protected. I know that what is meant to come to me is going to come to me. And I accept that. And I live in that. And this affirmation means so much to me, especially in the last year, maybe 6 months. I have noticed that for a long time, I didn't feel very protected. You know, I didn't feel like, I don't have a big brother, and I have a big sister, but we didn't get along and stuff growing up. But there aren't many times in my life that I really felt protected. And I grew up with a single mother and my sister, and my mother had been married sometimes in my upbringing and stuff. So there were men around, but having a step parent is a little different than having a biological parent, or at least in my experience, having a step parent it's a different experience than a biological parent. Not saying that it's any worse or any better. It's just different. And your expectations of them are different, and your getting to know them is different, especially when you're, getting to know them. You're a little older, meeting this person, and now doesn't matter. Anyway, so there was not a lot of times in my life that I felt necessarily protected. But in this last year or so, I'll even actually say longer than a year, I have noticed that, no, it's not a person protecting me, but my energy protects me. My energy, something in my aura protects me from shit. And when I say that, I mean, it protects me from seeing things, from feeling things. Like, there have been so many times that things have happened and I wasn't there anymore when this thing happened, or I wasn't looking at this person to see how they responded or reacted, because had I seen how they responded or reacted, and I'm thinking of a very specific thing right now, because this was what really like made it hit home. This and another situation that happened recently. This person, I asked somebody to do something, and apparently they gave me attitude about doing it. Not in what they like said to me, but kind of how they reacted. But I didn't see them. I didn't hear them. I asked them to do this thing, and I think I probably immediately turned around and kept it pushing. And so I didn't get to see the attitude that they gave me, and other people saw the attitude that they gave me. And when they were like, why did such and such react like that? I was like, I have no idea what you're talking about. I didn't see it. I didn't hear it. I feel like my energy protected me. Like, I feel like there was some part of me that I don't know. I just feel like my energy protected me. And even in another situation that I was in recently, where if I was in a different headspace, I would have been really, really affected by the situation. But I was in a certain headspace, and so I didn't even get to see what was going on. I didn't even get to feel what was going on. I didn't get to take on what was going on. And sometimes I could be, I'm an empath, and I want to solve and fix everything for everybody. And I turned into this mama bear. And so in that situation, because I wasn't even a breath to what was going on, like I couldn't turn into that person. And I was able to just enjoy my beautiful fucking night. And I'm blessed. I am so blessed that this energy, this entity, this understanding, this belief, this divinity is protecting me from things that I know that I am not always strong enough to deal with. So I am divinely protected. I'm not a religious person. I'm a very spiritual person, and all of the spirits and whatevers of the universe, thank you for continuing to protect me and protect my energy, because baby, peace is what I need more than anything right now. Peace is what I need more than anything. Peace is always what I want. Peace is always what I want. Like, I always want to be at peace. And so the more of that I can bring and pull into my life, the better Maj is. And that's about it that I got for this episode. I love you guys very much. Please, if you don't already, follow at the Funsexual on Instagram and Twitter, and check out the Funsexual podcast on YouTube. And I think that's all I got, y'all. I love you. Love you. And I will catch y'all next week. My birthday on Tuesday. Make sure you say happy birthday to me on Tuesday. My birthday is on Tuesday. Don't forget. Okay? Bye.